Welcome everyone, Tico Casamayor here at the Strive305 Hub Podcast. Very excited. We are, let me get I bring my camera to my podcast because I got good looking guys I like to get pictures of. So we are at the Hub at Office Logic.
Yes.
We don't normally do our podcast here. We're today doing this like random crazy stuff. If you see my invisible co-host is not with us here today, or Vans Augustine, he's usually our co-host, but he's not here today. But we're doing a quickie. But don't worry, we're going to get some information out of you, but then we're going to bring you on to the other longer format podcast to get a lot more information. But just to get everybody's juices flowing and get them excited to see the big one, we're going to talk to, but first, I got to thank Mayor Levine Cava for having us here and for giving us this vehicle to be able to do this. Thank you to Manny Sid. The one that's actually, you wouldn't believe what he's done with the Strive305 and how he's blown it up.
It's wonderful.
And you know what his best thing was? What the best thing he's ever done? Was asking me to do these podcasts. Because of that, that's why he's famous. Thank you to Wells Fargo for providing the money, the funding, the equity, the loan, whatever that's called, for the website. They're the ones that help us maintain the website. And I'm done with my thank yous and my hellos. Let me introduce you to our guest, Darcy Ramming. Darcy Ramming is with Local Deal Flow Hub.
Yes.
This is why I love him already, because it's Local Deal Flow Hub. Strive305 Hub. Get it? So we both have Hub in our name.
Yes.
Tell us what you do, and then I will try to be as quiet as I can, but I will interject because I got a lot of crazy questions to ask you. But go, tell everybody what you do.
So thank you for having us on the having me on the show.
My pleasure.
My name is Darcy Ramming, as you said. I'm the CEO of Local Deal Flow Hub, and we are a fintech that's new to Miami, and it's about getting investors and loans into small and medium-sized businesses and getting them prepared to receive that capital and to be able to fulfill the obligations of receiving that capital.
Well, you're welcome, because everybody that watches are small businesses. This is all about helping the small businesses in the 305 in Miami-Dade County. So here you go. I'm providing you money, people. But okay, tell us how and tell us why we need you. Okay. Because I can tell you, I know how to I can find money, but I'm already starting to do it. So go, tell us first, and I'll tell you my story, because my story applies perfectly to what you do.
So everyone in the company is either an engineer or a lawyer and a finance, with a finance background. And so traditionally, the most expensive parts of getting, say, investors in your company is the legal work, as well as what's called the roadshow, which is being able to present yourself so that you can go and talk to the investors, talk to lenders. Anyone who's been through a bank loan process for a business before knows that you can't just show up and say, give me money. The bank's going to say, okay, well, you need to bring some financials. You need to bring a business plan. You need to bring all of that stuff. Now, while we may not, we help prepare the business to get to that. And then, of course, we're working with the partners in the ecosystem, such as Strive305, to really hone in on our specialty, which is helping with the legal work and the technology necessary for that process. So okay,
then I know what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. I can do this on my own. I don't need this. I can go to a bank, or I can go to a person and go, hey, I need to borrow this money. Here's my business. Look how good I am at it. Look how much money I make. Look at my life. Oh, I'm the best at it. Or my small business is going to blow up because I have the best idea ever. But I'm going to give you my example. In my case, I come from, it's a family business, goes way back to the 40s,
Wonderful.
Now the 70s, and now we're now. But the mentality has always been, don't borrow money, don't show as little profit as possible, so you don't pay taxes. And the bankers hear that and they want to kill me. My friends that own banks, are you an idiot? Oh, and then don't, like, if you want to buy a press, we have press. I'm a printing company, so I have presses. $3 million press. Save the money and then buy the press cash. Do not finance it. This is the mentality that we come from. Cars. All my cars are paid for. Sports car, we pay them cash. No, it has its benefits. But if I go right now and try to sell my company, or if I go to a bank right now, I go, hey, look, here's my profit and loss, here's my books, here are my papers, they're going to laugh at me.
Yes.
And I go, what are you talking about? I'm Tico Casamayor. I'm a pimp. I have everything. Look at I got a Rolex. What do you mean I can't borrow money? I could borrow zero money. Right? So that's what you're talking about when you come and you prepare.
So this is exactly. So you guys have a profit. Let's use you as an example. You have a profitable business. It's working. It's obviously able to. It's an ongoing concern. It's able to be in business. And debt and equity, which are loans and investors, are just another tool in your toolbox. Because sometimes, especially when you're trying to grow your business, that little hit of money here to buy that press, or some money from investors to hire more staff to go after a new opportunity. Say you want to expand into Tampa or Orlando or into another state. You now have this tool that we've been designing, this platform we're designing, is to give that tool to Main Street businesses so that they can be like, one of our taglines is bringing Wall Street tools to Main Street. And so these are sophisticated financial tools, and we're using technology to bring them down to...
So you're using tech for all this?
Yes. So a lot of engineering going on behind the scenes.
Okay, what about my issue with, because I'm definitely 100% need what you do to fix me, because when I want to buy my next press, we're not talking about $25. We're talking about $2 or $3 million. So I'm going to have to finance it. I'm going to have to borrow. And if I don't have if I'm not set up well, let's assume I can get the money, I'm going to be paying a ridiculous amount of interest because of the fact that I'm not set up well.
Yes.
So you will prep me beforehand.
Yes.
Okay, that's me. A pre-existing business. We've been around since 1971 in the same location. What about startup businesses, new businesses?
Great question.
I know that, at least you need a year or two, but still, that's a startup. What do you do with them?
Well, good. So the first couple of years of a business, the business owner should be focusing on the product, and of course getting the sales up as high as possible on their own without capital. And so we come in when we're building a platform so that as the business owner is going through those first couple of years, they can say, okay, I now know what I need. So we are providing a lot of education. So when it's time in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months for me to go for financing, the parts are already there. So I don't have to, it's no longer a black box. You know how the bankers and investors are going to evaluate your company. And so you can prepare for it. Because if you're trying to 10x your company, go from one printing press to maybe 10, you need other people's money to do that. And so as soon as you accept that, or you can do what your family did, which is be in business for a very long time to grow. But if you want to shortcut that, you need to use tools like us to grow and to get the capital.
Do your tools you're not going to say yes, but I'm going to ask anyways, but are your tools, are they like steroids? Will you be able to get a company can you make them look better than they really are?
So no, you can't make a company look better than you really are.
I tried.
That being said, it's just kind of like going on a date, right?
Yeah.
As a company, when you go for financing, you got to take a shower, you got to brush your teeth, you got to comb your hair, at least as a guy. You got to put on a nice shirt because
look as good as possible,
as good as
presentable as possible.
Exactly. So so we would give some pointers and some education on how to do that.
You got the perfect example right here. Presentable and me. A t-shirt and a hat. Basically, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I get it, but it's critical.
It is.
It's critical, and when you're opening up a business, you don't think about that right away because you're just desperate trying to get going. So yeah, having some help like you from the beginning, it just makes it that much easier in the end. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that it's more important to start as early as possible.
Yeah.
In fixing, and putting on your suit and making sure you look good from as early as possible, right?
Yes. So
it just makes it easier in the end too, and cheaper than to try to have to fix it.
Exactly. And what's wonderful being at Strive305 is there's a lot of existing help that is in the ecosystem that can be taken advantage of. We're just coming in to do a small piece of the ecosystem, but people should take advantage of all of the partners that are here because it's...
Yeah, but your small piece is one of the most important.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's important once you're to a certain level.
To a certain level,
and so we're trying to bridge that gap.
But the reason people start a small business is to get to that level. They don't do it just because they want a job. And, if you wanted a basic job to make a certain amount of money, you get a basic job and make people do, everybody's aspiration is to grow and get to a level. Maybe they don't want to be, Bill Gates or Elon Musk, but maybe they do. So it all depends.
I grew up in a small business family. And so I'm a second generation entrepreneur. And coming in, helping my old man to professionalize more of his business was kind of where I fell in love with small businesses, as well as where you learn how to transition a business through these processes. It does take time. That's what people need to understand. Business is not just...
That's why I said, the earlier you start, the better.
Yes.
Even if you're not looking to borrow or you need anything now, if you might as well, it doesn't cost anything to prepare yourself and do it the right way.
Yes.
Same with when you want to sell a business.
Yes.
You know, it takes years to get it ready for it to be sold at its maximum value.
Yes.
You're not going to wake up one day and say, hey, I want to sell it, and it's good to go. And actually, what you do will also prepare a business for sale the same way that it can prepare for loan.
So that's a key point, because in soliciting an investor, going out there and saying, hey, take a look at my business, let's invest in me, is selling off chunks of your business. And so in the business we say prepping for sale, right? You're always prepping for sale, because that's the attitude you should have once you start looking for outside capital, that this is about to be sold. Now, you can always turn down the price because you don't like the price,
right.
But you should always be working on your business so that when the moment comes, because opportunity sometimes just pops in, and you got to be ready to say, okay, I have this huge order just came in, and now I got to finance this. You don't want to be saying, oh, I got to miss this opportunity because I wasn't ready.
I didn't even think about that. That's not even, that's a random thing that could just, like you said, pop up. It could happen to me.
Yeah.
At any minute.
It's the business cycle, right? We, and anyone who's been around small businesses know when that wave comes, you want to be able to ride that wave, because it does happen. Hopefully more than once in your lifetime, but sometimes only one time in your lifetime, and you want to be ready for it.
Yeah, and another cool story that my father would always tell me, and grandfather. The beautiful thing about preparing your business for sale, there's like an old story, I forget it had to do more with like a farm, but you're preparing did you give me the finger? Oh, she's giving me the time finger. Every time, man, I always go over, but I gotta tell you the story, it's too cool. So I'll summarize it. So you prepare yourself you're preparing your business, right? Okay, I'm gonna prepare for sale. It's gonna take a year, and you get it ready, and then the people come, and you're getting all excited to sell it, and when you finish it and you look back and you see it, it's beautiful, it's polished, it's making all this money. You're going, what the hell am I gonna sell this for? And you don't want to sell it. You want to go get more capital and grow it instead of sell it. So the beautiful thing about doing what you guys do is you can also bring that to a business. Polish it up, make it better, make it more beautiful, and instead of the person's mentality of selling, I want to keep this generational wealth, get it down to the family. Grow it, make it bigger, or at least set it up for my next generation to take it on. And it's a huge thing that you provide. And it's funny because that happens to me all the time. I get sick of something, and then I wash it. I'm not trading it in. I'm keeping it. How beautiful it is.
And it's interesting. So we've also developed some tools on our website right now. One of them is a valuation tool, because that's the question. Yes, that's the question everybody asks when you start.
Can you test it on me?
Yes, you can go to our website, localdealflow.com.
Oh, so do you have it available on the website?
It's available right now.
Shut your mouth.
You can go on and sign up for a free valuation. It'll ask some questions.
Okay, people, that costs money to get a valuation. Hello?
Yes.
That's great. We got to put that on the Strive305 website as a resource.
I would, yes.
Yes, I got to add that. We have AI on there to help people check their plans, their construction plans before you take it to Dade County. By the way, if you're listening to that, we have an AI. You submit your plans. It'll give you a readiness report within 48 hours before you submit your building plans to Dade County to then get them back 3 months later. It saves people time, and time is money. And
time is money in business.
So that I love that valuation. That alone is worth it. Okay, you're welcome. We're gonna have him back on the podcast again. So don't worry, I'll get more information from him. I gotta go because Ali is like super abusive, and she wants me off the air. She wants to go.
Ali, you're wonderful.
By the way, the best producer ever. Come and visit her at the Office Logic location. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we had a studio audience. Thank you to my studio audience, young man back there. We had about 20 people today in the studio audience. Everybody clap. Hey. Thank you, Strive305 Podcast.
Thank you
look
very
us
much.
up and look up this guy right here for your money. Thank you, my friend.